Why do so many women feel guilty for mistakes a man chose to make? A few months ago at a family brunch, a woman was explaining her situation to someone, and while I was just getting my own jollof rice, I heard her say something that she felt her partner was acting distant. And in fact, every time her partner acted distant, every time he cheated, lied, or disrespected her, she somehow found a way to blame herself. She said, I kept thinking maybe if I was more patient or more understanding or more affectionate, he wouldn't act this way. But I just didn't know how to tell her the truth. She was carrying emotional weight that didn't belong to her. She was holding guilt for sins she never committed. All she had to do was to stop carrying guilt for sins you didn't commit. Ladies, one of the biggest mistakes women make is believing that a man's behavior is somehow your fault. He's distant, you think you're not affectionate enough. He's cheating, you think you're not attractive enough. He's disrespectful, you think you're not patient enough. No, stop that today. A man's behavior is a mirror of his character, not your worth. Because here's the reality. You cannot love a man into loyalty, and you cannot bleed yourself empty to make him whole. You cannot heal him into honesty. You cannot sacrifice yourself into making him better. Some men act badly simply because they know you will take the blame. They say things like, you made me angry, you're too emotional, you overreact, you're the problem, while they avoid accountability at all costs. Ladies, stop internalizing a man's inability to be a decent human. If he lies, that's on him. If he cheats, that's on him. If he disrespects you, that's on him. If he fails to communicate, that's on him. His choices are not indicators of your inadequacy. They are indicators of his instability. Yet women keep forgiving because they mistake their compassion for responsibility. Women must stop carrying blame that doesn't belong to them. You're not responsible for the storms he creates. You're responsible for choosing whether you stay in the rain. A queen never apologizes for a storm she didn't start. So stop taking ownership of consequences he created. Stop carrying guilt for sins you didn't commit. Honestly, if blame was luggage, some of you will be checking bags that aren't even yours. Yes, you'll be checking in bags that aren't even yours. And here's what you must remember. A man's choice do not define your value. Let his guilt stay where it belongs, with him. When you realize that the right man never hesitates to commit, it also makes you see something else. Too many women end up carrying the emotional weight of men who won't even carry their own choices, which is why this came to mind.